Howdy guys, so we've got a replay here between Hollwie and KillaZone. This is a 1v1 match on a random generated map. Hollwie starts Shadow and KillaZone also starts Shadow. This map looks like it's going to be very tier 1 centric, although if a player wants, he could grab like maybe this post or this post and camp and they can sort of be alright. Okay, so that's what they're doing. They both want to grab these wells and then sort of duke it out in the center. And whoever wins the center battle will launch an offensive on the other person's base. So it's okay on KillaZone's mistake, but his Dread Charger is down a little health, so it's maybe not the best idea. Once again, his Dread Charger is losing health. And we've got more Forsaken by Hollwie than KillaZone, which might spell disaster for the Dread Charger. Okay, this Dread Charger lives, but much less health than this Dread Charger, so he can kill it and get back in the fight much sooner. You see KillaZone's retreating his units, and sort of because of little bitty micro decisions, all of Hollwie's units have much more health than KillaZone's units, which will make it much easier for Hollwie to launch an attack, because KillaZone is spending a lot of time healing up his units. But it looks like Hollwie is giving KillaZone the opportunity to get his units all back to full health, so everybody is on equal footing now, except Hollwie's got 2 more squads of Dread Chargers. Two more Forsaken, 1 less Dread Charger. So we gotta be careful about this nasty, but this won't happen. Hollwie knows it won't happen because KillaZone has both Dread Chargers in. So these Forsaken are frenzied. They're gonna eat up all these units. And frenzied Forsaken are particularly dangerous because they can just come over here and hit this well, because it's so close. A nasty will take out all of this. Okay, so that was a fantastic nasty. Hollwie will for sure get this well down. I guess maybe not. I feel like this well is going down. So it's seeing that KillaZone. Okay, KillaZone accepts that the well is going down, and he decides to go tier 2 as a sort of rush to get some hope. This Nox will take out this Dread Charger. So Hollwie has got a large power advantage. And so now it's going to be tier 1 versus tier 2, which I think was a good decision by KillaZone to, he's losing, but this will make it more dynamic instead of being both tier 1 just down well. Now it's a more dynamic game. Phase Tower sort of for defense, and we've got a Lost River. Oh, great body blocking. Great body blocking. And the Phase Tower gets up. Lost River is going for the Phase Tower. I'm not really sure why. I guess, I don't know, yeah. But, so this is about 200 power, 195 power to use that Lost River with the Life Weaving, and that's gonna die. Looks like, that's dead. Great body blocking once again. Hollwie is really using the body blocking to his advantage. And then we see these Dark Elf Assassins are just out of their ability, and these Forsaken barely live, although they're going to die in a minute. Alright. And Hollwie takes this opportunity to go tier 2. In my opinion, this was maybe a little premature, because Frenzied Nightcrawlers are really hard for any tier 1 to deal with if they get to the base. So Hollwie, I think, should have had a better defense built up. Yeah, so this is going to drop. Hollwie should have had a better defense built up so that he could have kept the Nightcrawlers away from his base, with Forsaken and maybe some Nox Troopers. But KillaZone was able to get the well back. So then KillaZone builds this well, which is also maybe a little risky. But we did see how KillaZone's decision to rush tier 2 panned out. So for now, they're pretty much even. Although Hollwie got like a little bit more power from his well than KillaZone got. Notice how KillaZone spawns his Dark Elf Assassins just as these Dark Elf Assassins run out of their ability, so that he'll be sure to get them down. We've also got a Lost Souls mirror, which is, I don't know, a lot of people think they're boring to watch, probably because everybody plays Lost Souls. Global trick to save this well. For me, I think they're sort of interesting because I haven't seen a ton of the mirrors. I'm sure at some point I'll get bored with them, but For now, I think they're sort of interesting. I suspect there'll be a lot of spamming the same units, because Lost Souls has Nightcrawler and Dark Elf Assassins, which are both just fantastic units. We see a little back and forth going on. I don't think this attack will amount to much. This was maybe an early frenzy, I think, because Frost, so Kobold Trick and stuff. I don't think this one needs to be super worried. Kobold Trick once again. And this dies to frenzy. And yep, spamming Dark Elves. And we got a Lost Reaver and another Lost Reaver. So Hollwie looks like he was sort of waiting for that. Both people use their Frostbite, but Hollwie has Dark Elf Assassin to support his, so KillaZone should run away. Yeah, so this guy's saved. And these Dark Elf Assassins will die. I don't think this ability should have been used, because that'll make them a little helpless. Hollwie is healing up his Lost Reaver. He's a little quiet from KillaZone. KillaZone is saving up power for, looks like, a massive spam. And he does. His Lost Reaver is coming out to attack, which I don't think he should, because these guys will do a lot of damage. He should just leave his Lost Reaver behind and heal him up all the way. Okay, he's knocking them around. Yeah, that didn't work. So he sacrifices Lost Reaver to kill, I guess, 2 squads of Dark Elf Assassins. He could have just spammed Dark Elf Assassin for Dark Elf Assassin, traded everything equally, and then maintained his Lost Reaver. By the way, you'll notice that when everybody spams the same unit, Hollwie's wins because this monument does like a little bit of damage. And this Lost Reaver knocking around the small units, I'm not sure if he needs to do that because Lost Reaver is a small counter, so it does a lot of damage normally. We noticed that Hollwie ran away because his Lost Reaver had a little bit less damage, or a little bit less health. And it looks like both Lost Reavers will die in this scenario. Yeah. Archers, their attack is slightly delayed because, you know, arrows fly through the air. So if you got archers attacking units to supplement the melee attacking units, then usually the melee attacking units will die evenly. Whereas if you have just one melee attacking unit attacking another, oftentimes one person will get a hit in first, and you know, one unit will survive by 1 health. Alright, once again, Dark Elf Assassins all using their ability. And now they're attacking the well. I'm not sure these guys needed to use their ability. I think this guy could have used his ability and this supplemented a little bit and then come up. But we've already seen some amazing displays of micro by Hollwie, so I'm going to trust that he knows what he's doing more than a non-shadow player like me. Motivate, because he's got lots of Dark Elf Assassins, so that'll make them do a lot of damage. KillaZone should probably nasty this guy. Oh, too late now. Hollwie targeted him because he knew that. And now the Dark Elf Assassins are... their ability's done. We got a Nightcrawler to take out the Stormsinger, and another Nightcrawler to try and take out this guy. But this guy's frenzied and this guy's not, so poor light decision by KillaZone. This guy probably wants to nasty. Yeah, he does. But Hollwie was just trying to take out the well, so he didn't bother trying to focus him down because all these Dark Elf Assassins on the field at once are doing a lot of damage. This looks like it might be in nastying damage range. Yeah, it was. So he sacrificed all this to kill this, which was a good decision. And KillaZone builds this Powerball right back up. I'm not sure if that was the best decision, honestly. I think he should have ran over here, built the Powerball here, and then gone back. Because this well is just going to be a target. And we saw there that Hollwie was barely able to take this well down, which means that on a little bit more health, a little bit less health, he'll be able to take this well down again and again and again. It'll get easier and easier and easier. But since we saw that Hollwie was barely able to take this well down the first time, he probably would not be able to take down a full monument. So if Hollwie wants to take down a well that's built over here, he'd have to travel a farther distance, which would leave his units vulnerable. So KillaZone takes this well now, which is super unsafe, and I'm predicting this is going to fall. That nasty surprise was questionable, but I think it looks like it did enough damage that that falls. Now we've got lots of help with Dark Elf Assassins. KillaZone will probably nasty this unit as soon as these guys can shoot again. Or not. Nope. But yeah, okay, so we've got this massive offensive here. This monument is going to die for sure. Very questionable nasty there. And this live weaving on the Lost Reaver, I'm not sure if it's needed just yet. But he's running around with it, so I'm not really sure what's going on. I guess just buying time. Yeah, monument drops. KillaZone's got a little power. This match is pretty over. Especially the motivate. And tier 1 just has a hard time dealing with Dark Elf Assassins. I guess for Shadow it's not so bad because if you've got enough power, you can use Jet Chargers and nasty them. But still, these are just like super efficient S counters. So S units are going to have a hard time. Yeah, there's the nasty. It doesn't kill them because they've got more health than normal tier 1 units. And Hollwie's pulling back. I'm not really, I guess, okay, he wants to go tier 3. On one hand, this is risky because it gives your opponent an opening, but on the other hand, KillaZone is so strapped for power that I think in this scenario, tier 3 was like the safest no counterplay option. But he could have just ended it in, he could have just ended it right here, but he didn't. So now he's gonna end it. Cursewell, that's just being mean. How is being mean now? I think maybe he went tier 3 halfway is just like to be mean because KillaZone's not quitting, and KillaZone can clearly quit at this point. Hollwie kills these units to get a little void power back, and Lost Grigori. So one Lancers is they can do with Lost Grigori. Okay, so this Grigori is running back, which will be good because these Silver Lancers will lose their ability and they'll do half damage, and then the Grigori taunts them. So now the Irish Knights can't run back. KillaZone could still pop an ice barrier here, but it appears he doesn't have it in his deck. So a common thing to see with Lost Souls players is like Frost Barrier and Home Soil, but it looks like KillaZone doesn't do that. So he has no Frost Barrier, and I'm not really sure why you got Irish Knights in your deck if you don't have Frost Barrier, and then if you got Frost Barrier, you might as well have Home Soil, right? So it's usually like those 3 cards all come together or not at all. But clearly KillaZone has not read my deck building guide. We've got a double pronged attack going here, and the timeless one for freezes and giggles, I guess. Grigori takes this base out. This base has fallen. Yeah. And these guys are frenzied, so they're just gonna die on their own with the freeze. I don't even know why he's attacking him. Yeah, this is over. If you really wanted to be mean, what you could do is sit here and have his units just wait and not attack, and then have KillaZone time out on the 1 minute. But yeah, he doesn't want this game to go on any longer. Alright, so there you go. There's a great example of how tier 1 micro can be very important, and a really good example of microing ability in general, and how superior microing can let you get an advantage. Hope you guys enjoyed this and learned a little bit.